All right, so here we are. Welcome back to the Burban. And today we are going to tackle the big hole in this roof. But first we are, we gotta clean this thing out because it's been sitting for a long time. It's collected a lot of junk, a lot of dirt, a lot of leaves and you name it. Some boxes. There's an old sleeping bag in there. And then there's another good look at the roof. You can kind of see I patched it up a little bit just for the journey home, but today we're going to try to seal it up. You can kind of see it dripping in there a little bit, maybe not. It's going to stop for me. But anyway, yep, that's on the agenda. So we're just going to go ahead and dive into it. So inside this thing is a ton of this broken glass with this like filament on it, so it's all stuck together, but also breaking apart. So there's just tons and tons of glass everywhere in here. And luckily, you can kind of see, oops, not like that. You can kind of see, if I get out of the light here, all of this is just glass. That's because when I got to the thing, this window right here was blown out. Guy said a hailstorm hit it and took it out. So luckily, my dad's neighbor actually had an exact fit, an exact Burban, that the only thing that was left good on it was that window. So he just let me take it, and it was perfect fit. We knocked it out in an afternoon, and here we are today. Mostly water-free. Quite a bit of crap. Almost a full bucket load, but looks way better now. Factory only better. So after a lot of welding wire, a couple of aluminum bars, I didn't totally get it all filled in because it's a pretty big gap. A couple aluminum bars for a little bit of support, and is what we're left with. These spots here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some flex tape and flex tape the whole thing, and then rhino-line it. That way it stays sealed, and I mean, that's pretty much all you need. So I know that this is not the correct way to fix a roof that someone cut a hole in, but this is the way we're going to do it because, I mean, we're using what we got, and as you can probably tell, it's going to be more of on the budget type side of things, and at this point we're really just trying to get it operable, trying to use it for everyday stuff. All right, so we're back from Home Depot, and this is what I came home with. The Gorilla waterproof patchin' something or other seal. I went with this over flex tape because it was cheaper. You got 10 feet for the same price as 5 feet of flex tape. And everyone knows Gorilla's got great stuff, right? So I figure we'll try it, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and then we'll do flex tape. So first thing I'm going to do before we do that is I'm going to take the grinder and I'm going to grind down all these little bugs that are poking up, anything that might cause a bad seal. There's some bad welds right there. And then do that on the inside and the outside, and then we'll put it all together and See if we can seal up that big hole there. There's some pretty nasty bugs in there, so we'll see. So if you can hear me, this is the end result of the top so far. There's a couple of spots that are a little bit, I don't know, not great. So I might come back around and do a little more flex spray-on seal just to be safe. But I think it's gonna hold water. I think we're gonna be all right. So like I said before, we're trying to make this Suburban usable. That's our goal, is usable for now before we start doing anything too crazy to it. So what we're doing here is we pulled this this Hitch receiver off of an old, I think it was like a 92, 93 Chevy pickup that we now use as the water trailer, which I'm sure I think you've seen. But what we're doing is we're just gonna kind of rough cut it so we can get it to fit inside of here. Just have it sit inside the frame rails just for temporary purposes, just so I'm able to use it to obviously tow the water trailer back and forth to our off-grid residence.
Then also cut our tab off. And rusty.
Reload! Speed load!
I think I got her. I wasn't quitting.
Nice.
Yeah, it was about max sense on that one.
Yeah.
See, so this is what
Oh yeah. Little scrimmage action right there, maybe.
So about there's about centered. Yeah, if we took off one.
One fuzz.
Yeah, on that side it's about flush with the outside. So I think if we take a fuzz and a little bit,
Take a fuzz on either side.
yeah, it should slide up in there. And oh, she was eating too.
What's that tool? What's that tool called?
The reamer. It's crazy because it spins the way you wouldn't think it would spin.
It's like an optical illusion in the camera.
It eats through metal like none other. Looks kind of dull, but.
and here is the end product. Got it wired or bolted in there just right. You can see a couple of the fresh bolts in here. Maybe if the camera will play it. There we go. A couple of fresh bolts. And it looks factory. Sticks out a little bit further, but that's not too bad. Now we can use it as a footstep to access the roof rack at some point. So, thanks for sticking along. I appreciate you watching. If you'd like to, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time on whatever else we do to the Burban. Here's some bonus footage. We're currently stuck on the side of the highway. The Suburban died. I don't know what's the cause, but we're waiting on someone to come get us. And I'm hoping it's just out of gas. I knocked on the gas tank and it seems like it's totally empty. But the gas gauge reads half tank, so, I mean, definitely could be an issue. So, hopefully that's all it is. This is a perfect life lesson. Don't trust Chevy gas gauges. They don't work. Nope. They never have and they never will. Just don't. Always have gas with you. Case in point.